All right, hello and welcome to another edition of Experience Marshfield. I'm very excited today to have the owner, one of the owners of Crabby Dave's right on Central Avenue, Christina Kunkel. Christina, welcome.
Thanks, Bob, for having me.
So before we get all into Crabby Dave's, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a mom of 3 kids. I have a husband who's also my partner. Grew up in Stratford, small town girl. Family of 1 of 5 kids. Not much to say.
Not much to say.
No.
So you're not very busy then, being a business owner and a mom of 3 kids?
Between basketball and cheerleading and band, there's FFA, there's musicals.
So that's very busy.
It's very busy.
So it's very interesting that being that busy. How old are the kids?
My oldest is 13, and then there's my first daughter, Bailey. She's 12, and then there's my youngest. She's 10.
So those are fun ages.
They are.
And they're got to get the kids all around the place. And of course,
my 13-year-old, sorry, he does come to the restaurant and he does dishes once in a while. My 12-year-old and my 10-year-old would love to come work at the restaurant, but I told them they got to wait a little bit longer yet.
It's fun to go with mom to the restaurant.
Oh, they think it's pretty fun.
Absolutely. So tell us, how long have you worked at Crabby's before you took over ownership?
I have been there I started in 2011 the second time. The first time I was hired was in 2004 when I was in high school in Stratford. I worked there my senior year, finished up my freshman year in college there, ended up getting a job in what my degree was, so I left there and finished up school. And then 2011, I came back and I got the job back. So I've been there since 2011, so it's almost 9 years. 9 years. And then, so you were really aware of all of the kitchen operation and behind the bar and the regulars, I would imagine, oh, yes,
that come. So what was it then? Tell us about how the opportunity where you took over ownership, and how long has that been?
I took over ownership in September, but it was discussed about in July already. The previous owner was just ready to get out. His 2 daughters were both going away to college. One was in Madison, the other one was in Point, so we wanted to free up more time for them. And so when it came about, at first I told my husband he was nuts. And I was like, do you know how much it takes to run a business, especially a restaurant? And he talked me into it. He's like, you got your business degree. I helped my dad run his business. Why not? And I'm like, okay. So here we are.
Just give it a whirl. So that was a lot.
It was.
It's nice.
Month of July, it was lots of talking and getting numbers. August, it was filing for our LLC name, to our licenses, to finishing up paperwork so that we could have our doors open in September.
Sure.
A lot to process in about a 6-week period.
A lot to process, and you're a mom too, so there's a lot of these moving parts there.
Yep.
Had to be a lot of, I don't want to say sleepless nights, but what am I doing?
That is true, but now I gained an actual extra night at home. I gave up one of my shifts as a waitress during the week so I could be home with them an extra night, so I have staffed that night for someone else.
So before we go too much into Crabby's, you just brought up a great thing. Tell me about the difference for you going from employee and how you looked at work to being an owner. What are the things that you've seen different?
It was hard the first week because I was still going to the old owner. I'm like, well, will this work? And he's like, you tell me, you're the boss. And I'm like, I'm not used to hearing that you're in charge, because normally it's, okay, what would you like me to do? This is what I can do for you. And now it's, what do you want us to do? And I'm like, okay, now let me sit back and think a little, because this is new. It was a big change, but I think we're getting it now.
Good. That's good.
It's been 5 months, so I think we're doing okay.
You're doing great. So what's very interesting when you go into, and I would strongly suggest you go to visit Crabby Dave's, because it is a great experience. Big history here in Marshfield.
It is.
What do you think is the Gloop? I mean, obviously the food is very good, but in your restaurant, there is an experience. It's
got to be the staff.
The staff.
If you get to know the staff on a personal level, if you get to know Andy, he's there 3 days a week, and people come in and ask just for him. Or we've got Tim Langfeld, he's as old as the building. I'm kidding. He's been there since the 80s, though, working there, so he's been there for a while. And the recipes have also carried on, though, from the original owner, from 91 all the way through. No one has really changed the menu, so if you go to a restaurant and they change too much, you wonder where your items went.
Sure.
Well, if the items stay consistent, there's always consistency for them to come back to.
So since you've taken over now ownership, what are some of the things that you're starting to do to maybe expand it?
We brought in a secondary fry back in November. We actually added a sweet potato fry, so you have that option. We are looking at bringing in a pretzel bun so that you can have your burger or sandwich on a Kaiser pretzel bun or the sourdough. The other thing we thought about talking is we're relooking at the menu, not changing a whole lot, just taking off of what sells and what doesn't, so we can add to try something new.
You know, what's interesting is I've been to the restaurant at lunch, and what I'm always impressed with is that you can go there and you can order, and it's not very long. I always joke with the waitresses that, oh my gosh, it took 4 minutes to get lunch. I mean, it's very fast, it's hot, it's good. How is it, and at some restaurants you just don't have that quickness of service.
Right.
So is that just the culture inside Crabby's?
I think so. We get a lot of business people in that tell us, hey, we get a half an hour. What can you get out of here fast and easy? Well, a wrap, a salad, a burger, if you like it cooked a little less tempt, it's like, if we can get you in and out, hopefully we can get you back to work. We do, last week I think we had 3 or 4 different groups of rail just alone eat at the restaurant.
Is that right? So the business people, or just people in general, know that they can get in and they can get out, and you've got all different, for lunch you've got all different types of burgers and things like that.
During lunch we have burgers, menus, wraps, sandwiches, salads. We do offer the pastas over lunch as well. Those might take a little longer depending on if it's the Alfredo versus the linguine. The Alfredo they cook from scratch, so it takes a little bit longer.
And how is your dinner menu, if you will, different than the lunch menu, or is it?
Our lunch and dinner menu are exactly the same menu. The only thing that changes are the specials that we write on our special menu board every day. Those change every day. And they change per shift as well.
They change, okay. So what's very interesting is, I know from personal experience, because I really enjoy Crabby's, Friday and Saturday nights, you guys are packed.
Yes.
And you know, I've seen that change over the years. It used to be kind of easy to get in. Now you really have to go. What do you think it is about your about the experience that people have at your restaurant, Crabby Dave's, that makes them want to be there, and not just, it's like they're not just coming to have their meal. There's something else they're getting.
They're coming to socialize. We are known for really good old fashions, so people are coming in for the old fashions. They're coming in for that 1 or 2 drinks before their meal. They get to the table and they have a relationship with most of the wait staff there. So they're getting, you know, hey, how's your day? They're getting that chit chat from their wait staff. Then they have an after dinner drink or go back to the bar for more conversation. Crabby's, we don't just know you as a customer, we get to try to know the person as well that come into the restaurant.
Which is absolutely very important. I think that's part of the experience, and I think part of what makes the restaurant so successful.
Right.
What would you say is your busiest day or busiest night?
Fridays by far.
Fridays. And is it for the fish fry? Because I know you also have that other thing. I call it
the cod and broccoli.
I call it cod and sauce, but it's different on the menu. The cod and broccoli.
Cod and broccoli.
It's very good.
We offer your normal fish fry. We also have a steak and shrimp combo, a shrimp dinner. We offer a haddock, but that's only deep fried, and then Bob's cod and broccoli.
So Friday night's the big night, and you just went through that. Tell me about Saturday night.
Saturday nights are pretty popular as well. We offer a prime rib. You can get that at a 20-ounce cut or a 12-ounce cut. We also offer on that Saturday night as a half rack or full rack of barbecued ribs, which I know is your favorite, Bob. Then we also have an 8-ounce or 12-ounce ribeyes. We also offer a steak and shrimp or a shrimp combo as well for specials those nights.
It's very interesting because I've seen that. You're right. The ribs are my favorite. But I've seen that big 20-ounce prime rib come out. That is a big cut.
It is, and it's cooked to how you like it. We slow cook it all day, and we pull it out just perfect right temp, so you can order a medium rare to well done. I know it's crazy people do order well done prime, but we can cook it to just how you like it.
To each their own, though, right?
Right.
So You've transitioned very, very well, and Thad would be here today, but he's sick.
Right.
So he can't be, and this is all working now, right?
It
You
is.
guys have kind of worked through the early times of probably 20-hour work days and whatnot.
Yep.
And now it's calmed down to where you're running the show. It's very nice to hear that you got the ability to take a day off.
Yeah, it was due to sick kids, but
And then you turned it into something that you
Yep.
could actually do, which is absolutely incredible. If you ever want to have a great meal and a great experience, if you head down to Crabby Dave's right there at 5th and Central, you're really going to enjoy it. Christina, thank you for being here today, and thank you for watching another episode of Experience Marshfield.